he wants her to come home.
I want her to.
I'm scared. I'd like to.
Now, you have said that your daughter has done $4,000. You've said your daughter's done $4,000 worth of damage,
About
and you're now working
7,000.
2 jobs to pay for the repairs. Is that correct?
When she come home on a 2-week pass, she was good for the first week, and the second week she did in excess of $4,000 to the damage to the mobile home.
Now, you said if you physically restrain her, that is considered abuse in South Carolina.
Yes, ma'am.
So you can do nothing to protect your
You
life.
can't put one finger on her.
Nope.
If she tries to kill your wife, what's not to stop her from trying to kill you?
She's done that.
You can't keep her in the house.
But if I,
You're keeping a murderer.
if I put
Can
her
I
in,
ask Mark why you want your child at home?
she's my daughter. That's. If I put her in jail, what kind of help is she gonna get? If I put her away behind bars, what kind of help is she gonna get? She's gonna get no help in jail.
Yeah, okay, let's meet Melinda.
Don't laugh, Mom. Don't do
Melinda. Melinda, can I ask why you are trying to poison your own mother?
Mostly because I felt like it.
What?
Mostly because I felt like it.
What do you mean you felt like it?
Just for, well, because, I mean, just have something to do.
To have something to do?
Yeah.
13 years old. She has a mind of a 30-year-old woman.
Okay. She's already been pregnant.
Yes.
She gets into fights. She sneaks out of the house. She skips school.
Crawls out the windows.
Why is she held a gun to a girl's head at school? The gun didn't work, and she said, "Do you think I'm afraid to shoot? Do you think I'm afraid to do time? I'm not." Right?
She thinks it's cool.
She held a knife to her mother's neck, stabbed her uncle, waits for her mother to clean the house, and then destroys it. You've had to put a lock on the bedroom window, sneaks out at night, and is violent. Do you try to discipline her?
Oh, yes. And she just flips me off and says, F you.
Let's meet 13-year-old Jennifer. Jennifer,
cool.
come on out. Jennifer, when we talked to your mother, which we did by phone, she said you held a gun to another girl's head at school.
Yeah.
Why did you do that?
Well, it was just out of spite.
Why did you want to do that for spite?
It was just funny looking at somebody else just sit there and whine.
It was fun.
It was fun.
Mother went to jail. Do you think you'll go to jail?
If I do, I do. Don't really matter. I wouldn't do crack.
What would you do?
I'd stick with my marijuana and my acid and my alcohol.
So I see. So instead of doing what Mother's doing, you're going to use different drugs.
Yeah.
How are the different drugs going to affect you?
They're not going to affect me.
They're not?
No.
Acid does not affect you.
No. I'm perfectly normal.
Grandma, talk to you.
Well, I don't know how you can sit here and talk like this. Why?
Why what?
Against her own child. Tell me what's going on and why you're afraid of Dawn.
I keep saying this, and I know it hurts Dawn when I say it, but I have to say it, that I was an abused wife, and living with her is like living with my ex-husband all over again. I've got 3 other children besides Dawn, and I just can't have her control my life.
What has she done?
She quit school, wanting to go to another school. I got her into this other school, and she quit school again, ran away from home, stole money from me. I put her in a group home. I took her out of the group home, which I really shouldn't have done, because maybe she would be okay today, but I wanted to believe that she was okay then, and I took her out. And since then, no job, no school, wanting to go back down to the city. I moved from the Bronx to try to give my kids a better life upstate. And she just wanted to come down to the city with her boyfriend. And one day I just didn't pick her up to bring her home.
She has beaten you up?
She's hit me.
You told us that Dawn won't go to school, won't work, wants you to support her. She has gotten you fired because she calls you at work, harassing you for money and threatening you. Is that true?
That's right.
What's it like to have an order of protection against your own daughter?
It's not... I wish I'd wake up from this. I really do. I really wish I'd wake up
Were
from
you
this.
afraid to come here today and see her?
Yeah.
Are you afraid to sit next to her, near
Yeah.
her? Well, we're here to protect you. Let's bring Dawn out.
Hold up.
Dawn, what is this about being violent against your mother?
Being violent against my mother, that's bull. Okay, wait a second. Number one, I did not get you fired from your job. See?
Told us that Christine was kicked out of the 7th grade for bringing beer to school. She steals from you. She runs away.
Yes.
And she uses recreational cocaine, acid, speed, and PCP.
Yes.
True?
Yes.
I say recreational because it's not a habitual.
Right.
She has attacked you and other people.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea why she acts this way?
No, I really don't. I've had her with 6 or 7 psychiatrists starting when she was 5 years old. She's 16 now, and no one's been able to figure out why.
No one has given you any
No.
answers.
I've got a 25-year-old son that's normal, fine, no problem.
Do you have any thought in your, is there a mama gut reaction?
Well, there was for a long time. It was my fault.
Right.
But I realize now it's not. I didn't do it.
Donna has been battling cancer, and very serious. And Christine makes it much more difficult for you, does she not?
Yeah,
you know,
I'm
if
in
an
remission.
11-year-old had a mother who was really fighting for her life, you would say, well, 11-year-olds think that they're the center of the universe. But don't you think at 16 she should know that you're fighting for your life and not head to the problem?
Yeah. I have just flat told her that I believe you want me dead. I've gone into remission now, we think for the 3rd time, but I've already lost a kidney, and I'm having problems with the other one. She knows the stress she causes me, and she knows stress causes cancer.
Of course.
And I think it's deliberate. I honestly do.
And she was this way, though, before you were diagnosed?
Yes.
Interview? 15-year-old Tanya was not very different from some of the other teenagers on the show, breaking rules and getting into trouble. But she got caught, and she wound up spending 2 months in a juvenile detention center. When her parents, Richard and Deborah, asked the judge to let her come home, Deborah promised that she would never let Tanya out of her sight. So the judge took her literally and ordered Tanya and her mother to be chained together 24 hours a day. They are forbidden from leaving the state, so they're joining us via satellite from their home in South Carolina. This is Tanya and her mother, Deborah, her father, Richard, and their attorney, Kevin Kearse. Deborah, first of all, explain how this works. You're literally chained together every minute of every day? Do you have to sit in school with Tanya all day?
Yes, I go to school with her all day, and she can take a shower, but I have to be like standing outside the door.
You have no privacy? I mean, you have to go to the bathroom together?
Yes.
Shower
Yes, we
together?
do. No, we don't have to shower together. I can stand outside the bathroom door while she's in the shower.
How do you sleep?
Well, I sleep in her room. She has a day bed and a couch in her room, and I sleep there with her.
Tanya, most teenagers do not want to spend every minute with their mother. What has all this togetherness been like for you?
It's been hard because we argue sometimes because we're together so much.
I would think.
But we're getting through it.
Let's back up a bit. How did you get into the situation in the first place?
Just getting in trouble with the courts. I wouldn't listen to my mom. Just, you know, stupid little things I was doing. I didn't want nobody to tell me what to do. I thought I knew everything. I had the same attitude a lot of people there does. And it got me locked up. When I was at detention center, it was torture. It was cold. They ran out of food. We slept in the floor. It's no place for a child to be. I cried every single day. And before I went there, I was like, oh, I could take this, you know, I'm hard. Mm-hmm. And when I got there, I found out quickly that I wasn't. And it changed me a lot.
You've heard the other girls on our show today. I think most of them think they wouldn't have any trouble in a detention center. Do you think maybe spending some time there might help them out?
Oh, yes. It will change you. I said the same
thing. Richard, you've heard your daughter say she's learned her lesson, but you told our producer, seeing is believing and only time will tell. What will it take to convince you that Tanya has changed?
Well, right now, Tanya's she's under our 24-hour supervision. All the trouble she got into before all this, we weren't there watching her do it. While she's chained up to my wife, how can she?
Do not just wake up one day and become out of control.
You know, I have to say, Sally, before we begin, I feel like this is a bad dream.
Yes.
This is a nightmare.
I think their parents do too,
yeah.
Lily.
And I think we have to look at each case individually. We can't generalize.
Let's look at our first case, if that's all right with you.
Okay.
This would be Christine and Donna.
Right, Christina and Donna. Donna, when I saw you backstage, you know, you were on the split screen, I noticed there was a lot of sensitivity going on with your daughter. And Christina, because I look at you and I don't feel that you're a bad girl. I really don't. I feel that there's a lot of miscommunication between you two. And Donna, just let me ask you, do you love your daughter?
More than life itself.
More than life itself. And how do you feel about that? Do you love your mother?
I love her a lot.
I know you do, and I felt that backstage. And I think that with the two of you, it's really about getting you together with not just having her in counseling, but the two of you together. You're going through something so intense right now with the cancer and the treatments. And your daughter is a teenager, and she's going through things herself, and maybe the thought of having to lose her